Welcome to Maybe We Can Help, the podcast where we give our unsolicited advice. Maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. You be the judge. I am Tasia Royale.
I'm Sheena.
I'm Risha.
And today this topic comes because I saw a TikTok video of a man saying how basically men don't like correction from their women. So we was like, let's talk about correction, not just men in correction, but everybody in correction, because men, they aren't the only ones that need correction. Women need correction as well.
Amen.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna talk about correction today, guys.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and start off with his subject. Do y'all think men like correction? Why did you laugh?
Because we had a preview of no. The answer is no.
No, their egos are too big for correction.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not that they probably
Won't take it. It's just the fact that it still stings no matter what dosage is
it
given.
doesn't
to
stroke
the-
their
to
ego the
them.
way they would like it.
Exactly.
It's a little. It's
it's
too
always gonna-
big, like Beyonce said.
Because of if you're a real man and it's the leader in you in general, because that's just how God designed them, they process things way different than females. So it's like, oh, okay, well, this is not gonna, you tell me something wrong and me, I'm gonna probably melt. Well, back in the day, I'll probably melt like with correction. Like just, oh my gosh, like with procrastination, but like men is probably different.
I guess it depends on how you come at it, because I don't mind correction. I don't like it. I will say I don't like it, but I don't mind it. If it's
never
honestly,
fun.
if it's coming from a place of love and you just trying to help me out, I don't mind it. But I will say it is harder to accept correction from your significant other. Like it
Okay.
is
Even
kinda,
for you?
Yes. I just be like,
I think that's because y'all are so close together that you know his faults too. So it's just like, who are you to tell me? Look at what you do.
yeah, I can see that, because I just be like, first of all, get the speck out of your own eye.
The log.
The log out of your own
Oh,
eye.
man.
Trying to come get my speck. Leave me alone.
Put some respect on her
But
spec.
honestly,
So put some
and
respect on her pet.
it
on
might
her
be
spec.
bad, but like if it was coming from y'all, like
Mhm.
it might tell you need it. Like you said earlier, you stop coming to work looking like that. Like, you probably right. You
I definitely
probably
think we
right.
are.
But if Aaron be like, "Don't worry," I'd be like, "You don't
tell me
know
what to do."
You don't know what fashion is. You don't know what it is." So I can see that just coming from your significant other. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I have grown to appreciate correction.
I didn't.
So
You said you didn't get that.
No, I'm saying like from a significant other, like when I was married for a year, like I don't recall them ever like criticizing, like, you know, not criticizing, but correcting. It was always a criticizing type of way. So it's like, I don't think it always be, well, like in a complaintive way, more so than,
So like you
hey,
said,
I'm
criticizing.
correcting you. Yeah.
So is it a
weird.
difference?
absolutely.
So I never experienced the correct way in a marriage.
Did you try to correct him in any way?
Yes.
Yeah. But I would always, not even a forceful correct. It would be like, hey, you know, I would go in a question form, as in like, such, you know, just kind of figuring out where his mind is without him actually just telling me. And it's kind of just me evaluating his answers, his gestures, and then lining up to the facts that I knew. And when you come across and tell a story, then we have a problem, because now you're lying. And see, now I have
And
a
if
case
you know
against you.
Risha,
Sherlock Holmes.
she hates lying.
It's not hating so strong, and I
You
know
hate
it's
it.
like I despise it, because it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Especially like when, like, I get some people like, okay, they lie to get out of stuff, da 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 da. Ooh, move how you move. But when it comes down to me questioning how, if I can trust you, or the bond is gonna be broken, you know, you're just doing it for your own selfish reasons, or you just, whatever the case may be. So many reasons a person can pick to lie, but it's just like, I don't understand it. I don't know how you trust it.
I understand. I don't agree with liars. However, I guess being in ministry and understanding that people's have so like low self-esteem. They have all different kinds of backgrounds and different things like that. And sometimes parents create liars unknowingly. they're hard on their children, and they make it impossible for their child to just be okay. And so they kind of start lying as a safe space. And that continues up into adulthood. So their mother's like, did you break this dish? And there's not going to be any understanding after they tell her they broke the dish. And they know that. And there's not going to be a space where it's like, yes, ma'am, and they get punished. She's going to take the dish and crack them over the head with it. You know, no, seriously. And so we saw in different aspects of like purity class and different things like that, where parents created liars because they did not feel safe.
Hurt, yeah.
Understandable. So do you think that it's harder to correct people who lie?
Yes. The first thing in correcting someone who has that issue is to create a safe space. And it's going to be difficult to do because no one wants to put up with that.
Right.
You know,
you never know when they're telling the truth and when they're lying.
That's absolutely true. And it's hard to create a space that they believe because they tell themselves so many stories that sometimes they end up believing the stories that they're telling. And
that's called delusion.
Right. One lie leads to the next lie, and the next lie leads to the next lie. And then before you know it, they're so far away that they feel like if they ever come clean, you are going to think they're a monster and you're going to hate them. And so it's hard to coax them out of that cave of lies. Like, you can actually come out and you'll be fine here. And if you actually were to tell me the truth, free, yes.
Because I can deal with the truth. Even
freedom
if the truth is
truth
bad,
comes with, man.
I can deal with the truth. Even if it's bad, I can deal with
Like,
it.
how
I
you
can't
think-
deal with something that you are trying to cover. Because I just don't know what's the truth and what's not. So
Right.
how do you even deal with it? I don't know.
It's a difficult place, but there is a space in Christ for us all. And me having to deal with some people that had issues with lying and different aspects of that, you just kind of want to create that safe space and want to be consistent with it. And if you are consistent, it takes time. Everything takes time. But if over time they see that you're consistently being consistent, they sometimes open up. Not all of them will, but that's the hope. And that's pretty much the only way you can get them to not lie and, you know, be straightforward. But it's such a, probably sometimes so long that they've been doing it, you know, that it's become their norm.
Do you find yourself being easy to receive correction?
Right now, the person I am now, like me now,
Sure.
or like in general,
Sure.
because like overall, it was like a hard work to accept it from anybody. Well, it was always easier from pastor, but it was always in a different form. You know, I don't know.
You think probably just because it's pastor.
Yeah, I got a soft spot.
You have
for
to
it's
respect
like,
her.
It is a reverence, so
Yeah.
it is just like, okay, Lord, all right. And then sometimes it got to the point where it was so hard, I was like, I'm not coming back. But anyway, seriously, because like I used to feel like correction was like a lot, like, oh my gosh, I'm always doing something, and you whole internalizing things, and then kind of tearing yourself down, and then it's just like you're a mental mess, and it's like God was like, I was just correcting you. That's all I was doing. It was just to get you on the right path to move forward. So where you're praying, I take you. So what do you want to do? You gonna cry and complain about it, or you gonna go and just take this correction? Like it's honestly, it's either black or white. It's
Right.
literally no in between.
If you want to go move forward, you can't escape it, because it's just like, okay, you're like, God, I want more. I want more from you. And he's like, okay, fine.
Right.
If you want more, I can put you in that position if you fix this, because you know, you got to receive. I want to receive more. I want to be around people. Like, let's say you say I want to be a millionaire. Okay. He's like, I'm gonna put you around millionaires. Cool. But you're going to sound real dumb if you don't have a certain amount of wisdom, if you don't have a certain amount of knowledge, if you don't have a certain amount of patience and, you know, carry yourself a certain way. So he's like, okay, you can't slump. Now I can't slump, you know, you know, and we've all been there. I've been there.
Absolutely.
You know, and so you can't move forward without correcting something. If you've been in a cycle, you already know something's wrong. If you can look around your whole situation and tell, this isn't where I want to be. This isn't what I want to do. These aren't the people I want to attract. Something's got to give. And so in order for something to give, God's got to show you those areas. You got to change them.
It's a way to correct. So let's talk about how to properly correct someone, even if they don't receive it initially. The seed is planted. So even if that person does not receive the correction right then, they be like, okay, a seed is planted. Because honestly, that's how it be in my life. Like Aaron will plant a seed because I don't receive it sometimes. I'm going to be honest. I'll be like, I heard you. And then somebody will come behind him and confirm and be like,
water the seed.
God will always confirm
Well,
himself.
let me think about it now. So what do you think is a proper way to actually correct someone?
What do you think?
The proper way is always in love.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna have to correct someone, you should always do it in love, no matter who it is, because everybody is human and everybody deserves
what
that
does that
feeling.
mean?
It means to make sure when you're speaking it, well, to me, this is my definition because somebody could look at it completely different. But me, and what worked for me was genuinely having my best interest at heart. Like, as for
like that.
my well-being, my state of mind, my everything, like, would I want to hurt this individual? Absolutely not. So how do I need to talk to her? How you would want to be talked to when you're going through. You don't know what she could be going through. You may be going through. But let's put all this in the pot and combine it all together and stir it and make something kind to give to our sister or our brother. Because let's be all honest, we're all brothers and sisters of Christ anyway if we are believers. So it's like, this is how we serve correction, supposedly, to me.
I couldn't agree more. You got to go do it in love, and you got to have their best interest at heart, and that's hard to do.
Yeah,
you know?
It's not easy now.
Mm-mm.
Now you got to debate that thing for a little bit. Sometimes
You have to think about that thing.
You got to think about the person. Sometimes you got to cry it out, but long as you do it, so you won't hold the alt against somebody, or so that person won't continue in wrong, or whatever the case may be. Like, if you got to be that voice, and especially if the Holy Spirit is leading you to do it, because you also want to be led.
That part.
Because you can't just correct because you feel like that person needs correct.
Out of animosity.
Right.
Or judgment.
Or just a feeling you feel like they need to be told. Because a lot of times it can be just like, well, I think they should know. Well, the Lord be like, well, it ain't time to know yet.
It's a time and a place,
you know?
for everything.
And we got to move. When he say move, if we definitely want his will for our life. And I'm just like, okay, I'm learning.
You see that person just got off a 10-hour shift at work, and you think they want to talk about what they did wrong last week.
No.
That is not a time to do that.
No.
Like, you got to find the
You wouldn't want nobody to do that to you.
To you, right.
Like, it's literally do unto others as you would have them to do unto you.
Right. And another thing is just not letting things pile up. Because a lot of times, because we don't know what to say or how to say, we don't know how to effectively communicate, we'll just let it keep going and going and going. And that's how you create a pile. And you don't want to do that. But absolutely, you got to pick the right time, space. The very first thing, your first line of defense should always be prayer. Every time you try to do anything, I mean, even if you only got time and you sitting right in front of that person, you're like, God, help me, lead me, amen. That's a prayer. You know, that
Lord,
will
help
you. Yes,
Jesus.
right on my tongue.
I don't know what to say, Lord, help. God.
You know, help me say the right things. And he said that I will give you in the self same hour what to say. And that's if you've been before his throne of grace. You know what I'm saying? You can't be, like doing whatever, whenever.
Right.
And then in the heat of the moment, you know what I'm saying? Help me, Lord. Well, you have fed yourself so much foolishness that's what's going to come out. You know, you can't swallow watermelon, spit up cantaloupe. So you have to constantly, he said, keep your mind stayed on me and I'll keep you in perfect peace. When you pray about it first and you have you've already done a work to get a lot of the stuff out of the way of your heart. That's the first step. Because imagine God, for the first time God revealed something to me about someone else. My first thought was, ooh. And I remember a time when I was younger and God was revealing things to me about certain people and I didn't know how to handle it or how to be a good steward over something like that. And so I got literally on the mic during testimony service and I called people out.
Ooh, on there. Never came back messing with yourself. Like, you know what?
I called them out on their junk because I felt like they needed to be told. And
that's some type of bravery.
It is. But that's how we feel at first.
Also foolishness.
Yeah. Right.
Fools and babes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fools.
That was
a little mixture of both because you was young. Right.
Right. You didn't know.
I didn't realize it was, a revealing, and he would show me signs of it. And basically, he was teaching me to be a prayer warrior, honestly. And he was teaching me to intercede for the ministry, because if there is a weak link in the ministry, then the enemy can break through. You know, if you're a gossiper, then if I don't pray for you, come to you, and, you know what I'm saying, maybe if God gives me the opportunity to correct you in love, then you're going to go out and talk about the ministry and stuff like that. That causes a problem. So, you know, there should be a way for God to open up a door in you through one of your brothers and sisters to help, so that you don't have that anymore, or you don't want to, or you have a conviction about it, an inspiration to get rid of it. And then once that's gone and the Spirit of the Lord abides in that area instead, imagine how much growth there is, and the testimony you will have to those who also gossip and say things. You'll know how to handle it, you know.
And I think correction can take time sometimes. I think that when you see a problem in someone and you're like, okay, this is an issue for me, but I, like you said, you must pray first, but your answer might not come automatically. So you need to continuously pray about that thing until your answer comes. Don't leap on it, be like, okay, this is a problem, we need to fix it. You really have to wait. Like, I have been struggling with something for a while, a situation for a while. I'm just like, Lord, I don't know what to do. But my answer just came recently, but I didn't move at all. I was just like, I'm gonna just sit here. I'm gonna just sit on it.
Stay that way,
because I don't know what to do, and I don't want to move outside of what you want me to do, because you can cause a bigger issue, and it can take you even longer to get where that person or yourself needs to be. Right. So waiting, absolutely, correction is a wonderful thing if you do it under the veil of safety of the Lord.
Amen.
You just preached the whole sermon. Okay,
drop the mic,
because that is so real. That is
for
so
real.
real.
You gotta wait on it a little bit. It sometimes it will come quicker, but just because you feel the unction doesn't mean God is ready for you. He's just absolutely, like, that's the unction to pray first. You know absolutely, what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let's take it step by step. And a soft answer too. People don't realize a soft answer will turn away wrath. Like, you can get more flies. All these sayings, I'm understanding them better by and by. But you get more flies with honey than vinegar. You just, it's a way. Tone. Yeah. It's a tone, it's a voice, it's a lot of things.
Tone and energy will literally drive a conversation up or down.
It can shift it.
It can literally drive it all the way to the ground if your tone and your energy is off. Because if you fix your tone and your energy still wrong, it's like they literally a package deal. You can't have one without the other.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Ooh. And how is that person supposed to ever come to a place to be vulnerable with you? Like, you could have, thank God that, you know, God covered in that moment because you were young. You could have lost a lot of witnesses. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like the way you said that.
You know what I'm saying? You could have lost a lot of people by doing that, but thank God that, you know, he covered and give him he looks out for fools and babes. Yeah. Shouts out to Renee.
I couldn't even do that right because you didn't even take me serious.
I did. That's how you know I love you. I was just like,
but and even that's, you know, it's just basically that's what you know. That's not my character anyway. But
it's not.
People when they do that. You know, and we do. And Risha had to point it out in me at one point.
Yes, because we don't always do it with our faces. We do it with our spirits. And you can feel it. Your spirit be like, who the heck? Leave me alone.
And black people have that to a science.
Black people are animated.
Just like, be like,
their whole energy is animated. Like, that's why it's intimidating.
That's a whole conversation. by facial expressions.
Right. Or just, I mean, literally something just.
Or, you know, when they hit under the table, because boy,
we had so many of them kneecap moments in the restaurant.
Tell your
before.
knee up. You know, you heard what that girl said.
I'm like, Tay, did you see that?
Right. Somebody walk in with something on, and we would just catch each other eye and say absolutely
nothing.
Because if you see it, you see it, and if you laugh, you already know. Then we ain't nobody in here gossiping. We just laughing. Ain't nobody did no verbal
saying. Eventually we're praying that we get to a place where we're able to correct you. Like me a couple years ago probably wouldn't have been susceptible for you telling me, you look a mess coming in here. Like, you got to stop coming into work looking like this. I might have not been susceptible to that a couple years ago, but being that we've built a relationship and I know she means no ill will towards me. She just wants the best for me. So you have to get to that place with people. You laughing. She told me was it yesterday. You heard her yesterday, right? When she said she
Oh,
be coming to
was
work.
it
She told Pastor
There
she
yesterday. Yesterday was
I don't know.
Saturday.
You told some. She told somebody she come to work looking like Aaron, and that's my husband.
Aaron is her husband.
She
my
be coming to work looking
goodness.
just like Aaron. I'd be like, that's only when I'm switching wigs and when I wear my little hat thing. That's what she was talking about. That's only in the midst of when I'm switching wigs and I ain't got a
I
new
said it in
install.
love. I was correcting in love.
I could believe it.
And you can believe.
I could believe that she said that.
Oh, I thought you said I
Not
couldn't
to
believe I look
Pastor.
like Aaron.
No. I
couldn't
see
believe-
what you coming to work looking like.
Oh.
I just feel
It's
like you look like
honestly
no for you only
not
come looking
that
like Aaron when
bad.
you sick. Like when you
Barely
getting
making it.
better, shall I say. You don't come to work sick.
Exactly.
But like when she getting better or if it's coming upon her, like she just be coming like, man, I'm about to
Or
start
she
giving
switching
up.
wigs. Like she said, it'd be times where she be like, her wig be curled up under the dryer, and she come in with a toboggan on. You just be like. But the crazy part is, it's like, you know, I think that she be like, since I have this toboggan, everything else need to match. No, you coming to work and put your wig on. Now you like a man in a wig. No,
Oh snap!
Oh,
That's
my
funny
goodness.
to me.
I be waiting for her to just come in there with some Timberlands on.
She still be dressing like a woman. But
Nah,
that's
it's not a
funny.
lot, but
I'm
at
gonna
them
record
times,
it one day. I'm gonna
them
let y'all
times.
be the judge. It
Oh,
ain't
man,
that bad. I
that's
promise you,
fine.
it ain't that bad. Don't make no sense.
And
what I
she's
mean?
gorgeous. So I think that's what bothers me the most. Like, you could have did better, and you know it. And her clients be, and then sometimes you know how all of us
Because
can sound like Batman every now and again.
Because it's also a hairstylist thing. They be like, yeah, you know they be like, when your hairstylist look a mess, you know she do good hair because she only focused on you. So that's the vibe I be doing. But
that ain't always true.
It ain't always true. It's
Because
not.
I be in heels.
But
all the
everybody can't do
time.
that.
I do. I work in heels
that
all
I
day.
won't do.
But
But I'll put on some fresh Crocs.
but I think they rubbed off on me for a while because it was about a year. I did not dress up. I just came in sweatpants. and
Now
I remember
we
my
rubbed off
client
on
started
you.
saying,
Right.
"You got on flats and stuff," and I was like, "Yes."
And she's only 4'11".
I
so-
am 5 even.
I thought you was 5'1". I'm about to give you another inch.
You
So
can
she
get
real
real
short.
short.
No,
I'll take my extra
no,
inch. I'm
'Cause
5
you're
even.
not.
I
I'm
am
5'4", but
And I'm the tallest. I'm 5'5".
Oh my god!
Wow.
I mean, no, I'm sorry, I'm 5'6".
I still don't
I'm sorry.
believe that.
Risha, we
I
measured,
don't believe
we
that it's
measured
5'5".
ourselves
How
in
you?
the zoo,
When?
and I was
was
5'6"
at-
when
we
we
was
was
Did
in
you
the
see
zoo.
the number?
Yeah.
Aaron,
Yes.
did you see the number? I'm sorry, Aaron ain't supposed to be here. But can we cut?
No, it's fine. we
No, it's
good.
okay. My bad, folks.
We all saw that I was
I
5'6".
just need another witness.
She was.
We'll do it again. I'll measure myself again. We'll be.
We need to go to the
and I'll
zoo.
do it flat-footed too, with no sneakers
Because
on.
Aaron measured himself,
Even
and he
six.
was an even 6.
And we measured Harmony. She was like at 36 feet, not 36 feet, 36 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And you was your little. Did you measure?
What was you about to say for what?
5. I'm about to say
It's
5'4".
5'4".
5'4". Oh, you ain't gonna put the half on it today. She always said
It depends on what
I'm
type of
five,
wig.
four
I do.
and a half.
I
But
do.
when she wear her natural,
I do.
you know, it's like more like
What?
5'7". No.
What
Oh,
you talking about?
When she be having them curls,
I just got it.
Oh, when I have my curls out, my
they be
natural
so
hair.
pretty. They be
This
so
is my
pretty. Give
first
her another
wig
2
of the
inches to
year,
give her another
y'all.
2.
So I'm really like happy. I get my hair break. I was
Yeah,
really
she in her
tired of it.
Mexican phase.
So
Not about that.
I'm sorry, y'all. We just had this whole rant.
I love
It's
Mexican
okay.
culture.
It is what it is. Do y'all
We're
think
drifters.
that men or women is more susceptible to correction? Which one could you go to?
Statistically, I'd say women, because we are taught to be submissive. If you're in the Christian community, well, not Christian community, every community, because all over the world, women are
Taught to take
painted
a back
as
seat.
second to men. So I definitely think that we're more susceptible because of that.
It's just like the way we're designed. God created us like the women to be nurturers, helpers. So it's like men are like, designed to lead.
They're gorillas.
They
What?
gorillas.
Gorillas.
What's a gorilla?
I thought you said gorillas.
Me too.
I'm about to say,
never
not
seen-
you
what was
believe
it?
in the
Some-
ape
The,
movement.
y'all ain't never
Not-
seen Norbit?
Yeah, I did.
Your gorilla.
I haven't watched the whole thing.
I ain't
That's
seen
pretty
it so
bad.
long, though.
Somebody's gonna get me because
I'm
I've
just-
never.
I'm
watched
just joking.
all of
I-
No Britain,
men,
like,
you
sat
guys
down
are
and watched
awesome.
it.
They are awesome.
You guys are awesome.
It's a way. It's the right women will do it. The right woman will do it.
Mm-hmm.
The right woman, the right way, the right time. If the sun and the stars are aligned perfectly, 3 minutes before Jesus come back, if the car and the oil change is correct, if there's food in the refrigerator,
Listen, and on the table.
and on the table,
I know
And
he's
Bills are
able.
paid.
the bills are paid.
The children are asleep.
The children are all asleep.
Your leg is
and
in the air.
in the air.
In
That
the
man
air.
gonna listen to you.
Ha!
That man gonna listen to you. I
At
guarantee.
that,
So that was
me
follow
it's got
follow
to be then.
those instructions. I
funny.
guarantee that man gonna
He
listen
gonna
to you.
hear every word
He
you
gonna
said.
hear every word you said.
Right.
Just make sure.
Now, when your leg come down, he don't hear nothing after
You
that.
can't. He
You
ain't
gotta
gonna
make sure
listen.
that it's
and shake it just
at
a
the
little-
angle.
Wow.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
But I promise
Wow.
y'all, follow those directions, and you'll see a good man out of that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
He'll be
That's
vulnerable.
interesting.
Can
With
y'all
you.
get your leg up in the
We don't need to discuss stuff like that. But anyway, it's just
That's
a joke.
funny.
Well, how you gonna get him to listen?
Gotta save something for the imagination. We can't give out what we think. That's why I said we can't discuss that here.
But still,
well, if you can't get your leg up, maybe we can help. You gotta practice now.
So
before
work
you
it
try to
out.
correct them, so this is what you gotta go to a gymnastic class. That's another thing we forgot. Before you put the leg in the air, so go to a gymnastic class
Gymnastics.
to stretch your body out a little bit more,
Mhm.
and then go home and
Mhm.
get through the rest,
Mhm.
and then put your leg up.
That's how.
And that's how that man gonna listen.
Yeah.
He gonna
That's how-
do
we helped
his
y'all
thing.
today.
We definitely
helped
did.
me.
We helped
too.
y'all today.
Exactly.
It ain't no maybe.
Yeah.
We helped.
What you mean?
So you remember the steps, right?
I'll go back and watch it.
You go back and watch it.
I didn't make a
The,
mental
remember
note
the
in
sun, moon,
order.
and the stars.
Mhm.
3 minutes right
Jesus.
before Jesus come.
That.
Mhm.
Kitchen clean and
It's gotta be
food
right before your clothes disappear on the floor,
right before
and then because
all children are asleep. Right, exactly, exactly. So
Food on
you,
the table.
but you have to make it real quick because Jesus about to come 3 minutes.
You
remember?
never know the day nor the hour, so
Exactly.
you gotta always be doing it all the
Always,
time.
it always has to be right.
Food on the table. I know he's able
hmm And the wig has to be shifted slightly to the left.
to the left,
Just-
but he has to shift it.
Yes, let him
Let him
shift
shift.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
it. And that's,
Gracious.
it's gonna be
Not
gonna be lit.
my
I
left.
promise y'all. Listen to us.
Not to the right.
We know not to the right because that's gonna throw his equilibrium off. He's not gonna understand. He's not
That
gonna
is a
understand.
new one. That's
He's not
new.
gonna understand what you're trying to say.
That's new.
That's it.
That's
So when you
new.
try to
It's
correct
all
them,
about body language.
it's gonna go right through one ear and out the
It's
other.
all
I didn't
so
even know that.
shift it to the left.
the left.
Learn
If
something
mine
new
might
every
not
day.
work today
The
because
left.
mine is in the middle.
Right now, if he's cockeyed, if you got a cockeyed man, then you gonna have to. when you shift.
Oh wow.
When you shift it to the left,
Mhm.
you got to angle your head so he can see it. Make sure you know he saw you shift to the left. You got to like that.
Now for women, men. Now we're gonna help y'all real quick before we go. Now for women, all you need to do is really feed her.
I disagree.
Just
I'm
feed her.
about to
I
tell you,
disagree.
you had to be
We
a
say
foodie to
that.
speak that love language.
I would
Nah,
agree if that was a man.
that
Man,
ain't
if you
for
feed
me.
him,
No, not for correction though. Well, for correction
talking
for
about
women,
to
I would
ease
say
over the mood?
Oh, to correct her.
To correct her, yeah, to correct her. So, bare minimum is give her a good meal
buy her
That's
flowers.
and buy her flowers, and the bills is paid, and she'll listen
Right.
to you.
Tell her she's beautiful.
Words
Right
of
before you
affirmation.
explain.
Oh yeah,
Tell
my
her she's beautiful.
gosh.
Buy her flowers.
and make sure you do
You
it after
ain't got to
too.
give me flowers. Give me my favorite candy or something that like
See?
I would like.
See what I mean?
Because
I
I
mean
mean, with
flowers.
flowers, I mean I
But
love
she
them.
got-
But
her
you can have a
candy.
mixture, but you can have like every other now and again for
Right.
flowers. But
Right.
like
But see,
birthdays and Valentine's Day. But if it's a special occasion, just get or just random days, just give me something I like.
Bonus points if your hair is cut. Bonus points for you, man. If your hair is cut, she'll even listen to you. She might
So your
not.
hair gotta
She
be
might
cut.
not even care about the flowers.
You need to come with a gift
She
because she like candy. I like flowers. Somebody else might want a diamond. Whatever the case may be,
I
you
want
need
all
a
three of
gift
'em.
of her choosing.
I'm joking.
But she can't know she chose.
What?
you need to come with a gift of her choosing. So you said candy. I said flowers. I said somebody might need a diamond. It has to be a gift of her choosing, but she can't know she chose it. It's got to be from something you paid attention to that you didn't know you was paying attention to, that she told you during her mama's anniversary on their wedding night during the solstice. That she mentioned it one time, and you remembered it. And it's so sweet.
No, for like when a man remembers something that you told him, that'd be like
putty in his hands.
Oh my gosh, you
I'm
remembered?
I'm melting.
So yeah, maybe remember something.
It do.
It does. Like when you remember a small, significant detail that you kind of brushed over, but he remembered. Like I told Aaron,
I'd be surprised.
Like I told y'all, I was like, yeah, I wanna go. My new hobby is gonna be ceramics. Watch out now.
Awesome.
It's gonna be ceramics. And Aaron, he had I had to work, which he didn't know that because my schedule shifts. He's like, man, I had a date planned for us so we can go do pottery. I was like,
that's
you remember stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Y'all men saw that?
So
how we all got pulled into that moment.
Stuff like that.
That's what we're talking about. You remembered.
So it really don't take much. It don't take much.
Yeah, and it be the simple thing.
To offer a woman correction, she don't mind you correcting her.
Absolutely.
in a way of love.
Absolutely.
Now y'all, I don't know about the other species, but hey,
the men. We already told about the men.
We did.
We told about the men. Now we told about the men. We told y'all about the women. You need a gift. You need your haircut, and you need to remember something. That's it. Oh, and food helps. Food helps a lot. Don't let her be hungry. So it's 4, right?
Or even want something sweet, because sometimes it's not always like food.
Yeah.
Just give me a cookie.
Yeah. But on a serious note, though,
milkshake.
So basically, correction has to be done in love. If you're having a hard time loving that person in the moment, you might need to take a break, and then you come back when you're able to feel of the feeling of love. Because it's going to be real hard to overshadow what you're really feeling.
It has to come from a place of love.
It has to come from there. Yes, you got to practice coming from a place of love, even during tension. I practiced it. It works in my best interest now, and I'm able to do so. But
find a good time and a place. Let's not correct anybody in front of your mama. Let's not do that. Or in front of your daddy, in front of your friends. Yeah. Let's do this privately. Let's find a private place at a good time.
Not with a good tone.
With a good tone.
And refrain from belittling words, because that can set, even if you say it in a nice tone and your energy seems right. Why would you use that word?
Degrading. You don't want to degrade anybody. The goal of correction is to make a better person. It's not to diminish their value. They have to be you want them to grow. That's the goal of correction. You want them to grow. You see an issue, you're like, oh, that's the issue, but we can fix it. We can help each other, and don't leave that person out to dry. You did this and this and this and this, and you got to fix it. So fix it. How about I want you to do better in this area. This is how I can help you. Or if you want my help this week, we can do. Offer your help as well. Offer your help. Don't just leave them out to dry. Because if this is a person that you're correcting, apparently you must love them or have feelings for them and up to a place where you want them to be better. So if you love that person, you want to help that person.
Absolutely. So, you got to get love in your heart before you can correct anybody. Otherwise, you're just going to have all that resentment and bitterness come out that's already in you. So we want to do better.
Agree.
Yes. So this has been a great conversation. Remember, the sun, the moon, the stars align in 3 days before Jesus comes. All right. 3 days.
Man,
that is so new to me.
It's going to help you. It's going to help. You know, it would have been a good time, the eclipse, because the moon and the sun was kind of aligned. I don't know if the 4 stars that was right beside the moon.
And he was probably
aligned.
Scared.
Yes. So that would have probably been a good time, but it's all right. Y'all missed it, but it'll happen again.
Oh, my God.
Remember, 3 minutes. Because if you do it at 4, it's going to be like over the head.
It's got to be 3.
This has been a wonderful episode of Maybe We Can Help. Please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all social media platforms at Maybe We Can Help. I am Tasia Royale.
I'm Sheena.
I'm Risha.
We helped you tonight. Bye.
Bye.